Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm covering a topic that I haven't seen it being covered before, and as you've read by the title, it's about Resident Evil Outbreak Remake. So I'm gonna review this generally and tell you guys some reasons on why this game needs a remake. But before going further, I gotta tell you I'm covering Resident Evil content, and you would easily make my day if you could consider subscribing. We're almost about 500 subscribers and the support has been amazing. Anyway, let's get into the video. So, I myself never got to play Resident Evil Outbreak at 2003 because I was just 2 years old. And my first ever Resident Evil experience was Resident Evil 5, and I was literally obsessed with it. I mean, the graphics, gameplay, and you know what I'm saying. But for the sake of this video, I played it, obviously in offline mode if you know what I'm saying. And I gotta tell you, this is a great game released at a bad time, and I'll tell you why in a second. The plot. Resident Evil firstly started in this Spencer mansion, and after that we visited Raccoon City in Resident Evil 2 and 3 and so on. Raccoon City is no longer an existing city, but the impact is still going on. Resident Evil Outbreak tells the story of a couple of Raccoon City citizens as a spin-off type game, in which you encounter some familiar places such as Raccoon Police Department and the same familiar streets from the city itself, which to be honest sounds really cool on the surface. The gameplay. Well, it follows the Code Veronica semi-fixed camera system where the camera follows you and it gives you that good old Resident Evil vibe. Aside that, nicely pre-rendered backgrounds are here too. And now we're introduced to a handful of playable characters, but these are not just random characters, they are all well polished and they have their own abilities such as increased movement speed, more inventory slots, and the list goes on. And the characters also have a nice background told indirectly. Another element of the game that has been changed is the fact that the game won't stop when you pause or open up your inventory or the map, or even when you're reading a document. So it obviously does a huge impact on the gameplay, because you firstly have to be in a safe spot where you're sure that no enemy is threatening you, so you could easily manage your inventory or read a document file or whatever. And also it introduces us to a virus infection mechanism, which consistently makes you proceed. There are ways to slow down the infection though, like the pills and medicine. Also, being bit might increase the infection speed. It is also worth noting that there is no way to reverse the infection procedure. Now, let me tell you why this game couldn't attract the old fans. Well, the game is mainly co-op multiplayer, which means you can play with 3 more friends using PlayStation Network. But unfortunately, it was released in the era that nobody cared about online play. And also, the AI is dumb as hell when played in offline mode. Besides, the game does not tell you if you need a specific key item throughout your whole playthrough. I mean, in Resident Evil 2, we had these, signature keys all indicating which door you have to use them for. These things are so iconic in Resident Evil franchise, but Outbreak could not do that. On the other hand, the game has all the elements that a Resident Evil fan would enjoy, like the zombies, spiders, hunters, tyrants, places like Raccoon Police Department and the whole Raccoon City. Maybe even new places like the university. Also, the limited inventory is here too, besides solving puzzles and stuff, and the list goes on, to be honest. And now I guess you know what I'm going for. Resident Evil needs an online co-op game, not a PvP/team deathmatch type game, because let's be honest, Capcom is reputed for fighting games and well-polished single-player games such as Street Fighter, Resident Evil, Dead Rising, Devil May Cry, and the list goes on. So they've got to use the same element and give the Outbreak games another chance. Recently, Resident Evil Portal has updated their website in the Resident Evil history part. In there, you can see some retextured models of the Outbreak, and this has made the fans wonder if the Outbreak games are going through an overhaul remaster thing, which from my point of view is great. So far, Capcom designers have the assets of Resident Evil 2 and 3, so it wouldn't be a rocket science relative to making a game from scratch for Capcom, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, these were my opinion about Outbreak Remake, and I'm all ears curious to read your ideas about it. I think Capcom has gone a wrong way introducing us to RE-verse, and they should have instead made Resident Evil Outbreak Remake. Anyway, let me know your ideas about this topic in the comments. I will read your comments and definitely reply. And if you have come so far and enjoyed this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing, because I'm covering Resident Evil content that for sure you're gonna love. And as always, thanks for watching.